I had to confront my own fears and weaknesses, or I could never have defeated you. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
Alright, welcome back to More Force, showing you how to react, report, and review of More Force. So, in this one, I am going to be doing a kind of a spoiler review. Yeah, spoiler review for the Mario movie. Bruh, that movie was so good. So, me being a 90s baby, I played Mario pretty much throughout my entire life. And this movie had so many references to the Mario game. I am astounded. Like, so I am also a Sonic fan, so I love the Sonic movies. Like, yo, Sonic, you gotta step it up. You gotta step it up. The Mario movie, like, sheesh, the Mario movie, they owned you on that one. Not saying I love the Sonic movies; they were good, but the Mario movie was great. It was great. Like, I can't think of one. If I could think of one thing that didn't, what did I dislike in this movie? It was so good. Like, it had everything that you would need. It wasn't long. It was 2 hours long, and it stayed to the point. It didn't do some complicated story, no convoluted story. It made sure that Mario, Luigi had the same personality that they had in the game, and Peach was Peach. They made her, I guess in a way, they kinda made her a little bit more like Daisy in the games. If there's one thing that I would say that I didn't really like, maybe, is that she was a little bit more like Daisy, in my opinion. She wasn't the girly girl Peach that I'm used to in the games, but that's whatever. They didn't like overplay. They didn't make her Mary Sue or anything. They definitely didn't do that. They just made her into definitely a likable female character. I'm pretty sure the target audience was his children, and then the parents of these children, of course, that played the games. The target audience will enjoy this Peach. It was good. It was definitely good. So where do I start with this? I guess we'll start with how Chris Pratt sold it. I was not sure at all. I went into this for the most part blind. All I knew was that Chris Pratt voiced Mario, and that from the reviews from like Geeks and Gamers, shout out to Geeks and Gamers. Yeah, and mainly that's it. Just the Geeks and Gamers crew, and what they said about the Mario movie was that it was astounding. And then like I think it was Yellow Flash. Shout out to Yellow Flash, reporting like the box office and how it's destroying. It is just killing it in the box office right now. So congratulations to this movie. It definitely deserves it. But what I was saying before with Chris Pratt, he sold this Mario. I love, this is where we're about to get into spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers, this is your time. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So Chris Pratt, so at first I was like, I don't know, he doesn't sound like Mario. It didn't work for me at first. But the way how they sold it was that the Mario voice that we're all used to was essentially a voice that they played up for an ad for the brothers' plumbing business. That is so clever. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Immediately when I saw that, I was like, okay, I think I'm going to be sold in this movie. They, like, I'm pretty sure they did that not only so that Chris Pratt can voice act in his way, but also because it's funny. They knew that the Mario voice was going to be a point of contention, essentially, and they just played it off really well. They did very, very good. I like how they made Luigi, like, honestly, they made Luigi very well. They didn't make him like into the super coward. Essentially, he was just more insecure than cowardly, if I had to say. And that he relied on his brother Mario, and they didn't. I'm so glad they made sure throughout this entire movie, they definitely made sure to play off the love between Mario and Luigi, the brotherly love, and how much they respect and love each other, and how they always have each other's backs. I enjoyed that, especially when it got to the ending. That made me feel a little something. I didn't expect any feels in this Mario movie. I was like, oh, that's a good scene. So essentially, the movie starts off with Mario and Luigi doing their plumbing ad. They're trying to get their plumbing business off the ground, as any business owner is trying to do. And they're being looked down on by, I think his name was Spike. There are so many references in this movie, and I know I didn't pick up on all of them. I'm gonna watch like the things you missed videos on YouTube, because it was great. And essentially, the Mario Luigi, well, mainly Mario, is being looked down upon by everyone. Not everyone, but most of everyone, especially in his family. His father, I guess it was his uncle, or just his family members. And they're looking down on him because they, not only is he like not succeeding how they want them to succeed, but he's also, quote unquote, dragging his brother down with him. So after that, they're still trying to do the plumbing business. They go to like this rich family's house. It was funny. They got their first gig. They're just, all they had to do was fix a drip. They go into the house. And then before fixing the drip, Luigi, being clumsy, steps on the rich family's dog's bone and breaks it. And the death stare from that dog was hilarious, bro. It was too good. It was too good. So after they fix the drip from the faucet, they turn around and the dog walks in, closes the door behind them, and then just bares his teeth at them. And it was so good. They have this battle inside the bathroom. And of course, end up destroying the bathroom. They lock the dog inside the shower, and they're trying to fix all the water that's spilling out. But then they look over and they see that the shower is filling up with water, and the dog is about to paddle out through the top and get them. So of course, the rich family walks in, sees that their bathroom is completely ruined. They botched their first gig, so that means it's going to be, word of mouth. That's bad, especially for your first time. That is horrible. Your first job when you start a business is the most important one. You want to sell off that you are competent, and they failed to do that. So if I remember correctly, there was they were watching the news after failing this. They were watching the news, and there was a report in Brooklyn. By the way, all this is happening in Brooklyn, of course. There was a report that I think it was like one of the water pipes were clogged, and it's going to cause a bunch of water damage. So Mario's like, "This is it. We can redeem ourselves with this." So they go into the sewers to fix it. And when they go into the sewers, you see in the background a green pipe. It was glorious. I loved it. The green pipe. So the way how they played off the pipe, which was also smart, was that when you get close enough to the pipe and inside the pipe, it sucks you in. You don't just fall in there. But the pipes are portals, essentially. There are portals into the Mario universe. And so Luigi gets accidentally sucked in, and then Mario, caring for his brother, gets sucked in also. And then, before they could make sure that they go to the Mushroom Kingdom together, they didn't know they're going to Mushroom Kingdom. Before they landed in the Mushroom Kingdom, they tried to be together, but Luigi gets sucked away and ends up in the Darklands, and Mario in the Mushroom Kingdom. And I'll go with Luigi first. So with Luigi in the Darklands, they did that very well. You see a bunch of dry bones everywhere. They did a full what is the movie called? Rise of the Dead? I think so. I'm forgetting. They did a full zombie theme essentially with the dry bones, and it was very, very well played. You can definitely give that kind of fear factor. Not really. It's a Mario movie. It's not scary, but you can kind of get that somewhat fear factor into it for the younger audience while also playing it up for the older audience. Because, you know, especially if you're a Mario fan, you are in for a treat the entire movie. I don't see how any Mario fan can dislike this movie without a political bias. And even with a political bias, like, the movie wasn't political at all, by the way. I gotta say that. There was a bunch of reports saying, oh, it's a woke movie. No, not at all. If you understand the source material, which is Mario games, this movie was dang near perfect. My only gripe with the movie was literally that Peach seemed a little bit more like Daisy in a way, more tomboyish. And I'm used to Peach being the girly girl. That's it. I can't think of any other gripe with this movie. But anyways, getting off track a little bit. So Luigi in the Darklands, he gets caught by, if I remember, they were Shy Guys, and he is brought to Bowser's castle. Now Mario in the Mushroom Kingdom, he meets a Toad. Now, if I remember, this is like an Explorer Toad. I'm pretty sure. I am not a huge Mario fan. I know Mario quite a bit, but I'm not like deep into it. But I'm pretty sure it was like an Explorer Toad, probably like one of the Toads from the Mario Maker games, I think. Or was it the one from Mario 3D Land? I know I've seen him before. Anyways, he meets him and Mario is introduced to the Mushroom Kingdom. And the most hilarious thing they did for Mario was that he actually dislikes mushrooms. Too good. It's too good. They played off that very well. So Toad takes Mario to the Mushroom Kingdom to see Princess Peach so that he can request help to save his brother from Bowser. And upon meeting Peach, Peach realizes that Mario is human like her. Which is very important because later on you find out that Peach, which is something that I guess you could say Mario fans, but just players of the Mario games have always wondered, why is Peach the princess? Like, why? Why isn't Toadette, or essentially? Why is it Peach? Why is a human a princess of the Mushroom Kingdom of Toads? And essentially, it's revealed that I guess you could literally call it the MCU, the Mario Cinematic Universe. That's funny. So yeah, I guess in the MCU, Peach is from another world, possibly from our world, or, you know, the Mario version of Brooklyn. But also possible from another world, maybe like a Rosalina's world. Because what they did with this movie is they essentially introduced the Mario Cinematic Universe completely. Like, they're going all in on this. Anyways, so as a test so that Mario could say as a test, Peach has Mario do an obstacle, essentially a Mario Maker obstacle course, which is, it was so good. And essentially Mario learns his traditional Mario skills, and they played it off because for him to make all the jumps and everything, he needs to eat a super mushroom. But remember, in this MCU, Mario dislikes mushrooms. It is funny every time. So throughout passing the Mario course, they ended up heading out to the Donkey Kong country because they realize that Bowser is coming towards them, and they're going to need an army, and the only one with a strong enough army in this universe is the Donkey Kongs, or the Kongs in Donkey Kong Country. So they set out on an adventure towards Donkey Kong Country so it's Mario, Peach, and Toad to Donkey Kong Country. They arrive there, but before that, it cuts out to Bowser again, if I remember correctly. And you find that Bowser's aspiration is he wants to take over the world, you know, classic villain trope, but he also wants to marry Peach because he loves her apparently, which is fine. I'm pretty sure you've seen that many times in the Mario games. I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it many times in Mario games. Trying to marry Peach. That's why he's always capturing Peach. Yada yada. Anyways, when they arrived to the Donkey Kong country, I think this is probably one of my favorite parts, besides the ending, which was just so good. It was so good what they did with the ending. But they arrived at Donkey Kong country and they try to enlist the Kongs for help, because Peach's argument is that once they're finished with the Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser's coming to them, because he has, oh, I forgot to mention this, because Bowser has the Superstar, which, if you play the Mario games, you know, gives invincibility, like just full-on invincibility. So, before that, the Kongs have, the Kong, or Cranky Kong, being the king, has his son, Donkey Kong, versus Mario. And they completely do a Super Smash Brothers style fight. But, you know, with different camera angles and it's so good. If you didn't watch it, it's hard for me to explain it. But you can see throughout the fight, pretty much all of Mario and Donkey Kong's movesets. You can see the right hook when Mario's in the air that leads to a spike. Mario does that. You can see Donkey Kong's barrel roll. You can see Donkey Kong's uppercut. You can see Donkey Kong's freaking drop kick. Oh my gosh, that drop kick was so good. It was so good. You can see Mario's neutral attacks. Like when you hold down like the B button for using GameCube controller, the punch kick, you can see that. And throughout this fight, they have power-ups, of course. And the first power-up Mario gets is the mini shroom. The moment I saw it, I was like, bruh, no. No, he ate the mini shroom, became mini. And of course, Donkey Kong played with him, flicked him hard enough, it caused him damage, so he returned to his normal state. Which, whenever you eat, they make sure to implement that into this movie. Whenever you use a power-up, if you take damage, you lose the power-up. Great. I love that they did that. And by the way, throughout this entire time, there are so many sound effects from the Mario games. Everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. Mario music, Mario sound effects, everywhere. It's so good. Anyways, so Mario ends up getting the cat suit, and after that, it was a done deal. He ends up he's just too quick for Donkey Kong. He beats Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong's about to fall off the beams that they are, and Mario saves him and claims victory, and thus winning the army essentially, so they can go and battle Bowser. So, to make their battle towards Bowser, or to make their way towards Bowser, they do the classic thing, which I was so glad to see it, because by the way, me going into this, I didn't see the trailers really. I saw one, like the very first trailer. Oh, let me just take, and it's fine. Alright, so I saw the very first trailer, and after that, I didn't see any others, so I wanted to go into it blind. But, to make it to Bowser's castle, they get into carts and do the full-on Mario Kart thing. Sound effects and all. It was so good. Gamers rejoice. This is your movie. It was so good. So it shows Mario, Luigi, Toad, Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong, and all the Kongs. Oh, also you see like Diddy Kong. I'm forgetting it was Candy Kong? I'm forgetting her name. But you see all of them. All of them their own carts, driving down the I forgot the name of the stage or the map for Mario Kart. Driving down that towards Bowser's kingdom. And on their way to Bowser's kingdom, Bowser gets wind that they're on their way, and he gets wind on Mario. And like Bowser is completely just in shock and awe that is like that Princess Peach is showing interest into somebody else. Like the entire time throughout the movie is like, so do you think she might like him? Or is she like, even when he like interrogates Luigi, he's he's like, do you think a princess will like her brother? It's like, if she's not crazy, if she knows what's better for him. Anyways, Bowser gets wind and heads towards the party. That's what I'm gonna refer to them as. And he intercepts them on Rainbow Road, man. They make it to Rainbow Road. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. So the army is trying to escape Bowser's minions on Rainbow Road. And one of them, a Koopa with a blue shell, shows particular interest in trying to take out Mario and fails. But before he can, he says, "You ain't going to get away from me." He takes off his helmet, shows his wings, and he turns into the blue shell and takes out DK and Mario. Oh, it was so good, man. It was so good. DK Mario ended up falling into the abyss or into the ocean, and everyone else is captured by Bowser. So at this point, DK still has some animosity towards Mario. In the ocean, they end up getting eaten by an eel, and within the eel, they end up having, a classic bonding moment, essentially, because Mario saves DK. He's like, "Oh, you saved me. You aren't so bad after all," essentially. But at this time, the Peach and everyone is captured by Bowser. And of course, Bowser's like, "Will you marry me?" And Peach is like, Are you insane? Of course not, I'm going to marry you. And that's when Bowser threatens the Toads. And of course, Peach, being the princess of them, the leader of them, gives in and agrees to marry him. Quote unquote, because really she's just playing him, or trying to. So we reach the final act of this movie, and it is essentially Toad brings a bouquet to Peach, and during the wedding, the bouquet turns out to be a ice flower, which gives her ice powers. She ends up using the ice powers to freeze Bowser temporarily. Bowser breaks out of it. Mario and DK catches up. They catch up, and they have a epic final battle. Epic. And before Bowser loses, well, not even loses, but during the end of the fight, essentially, he sends I forget what they call it, but the giant bullet bill towards the Mushroom Kingdom to blow it up. And Mario, being the hero that he is now, with a Tanuki suit on, flies towards the bullet bill and tries to kick it away. Once he realizes he can't do that, he then sees that it has eyes in the mouth. So he attacks its eye, and the bullet bill, before blowing up the Mushroom Kingdom, stops midway, looks at Mario, and just starts charging at him. It was so funny, man. It was too good. This movie's too good, man. I definitely give it like a 9.5 out of 10. And I don't give that lightly. It's too good. Anyway, so Mario running away from the giant bullet bill, sees the green pipe that he used. I'm pretty sure it was the one that he used to get to this world. Yes, it was. He sees it. He flies towards it. The bullet bill following him. He then Mario dodges the bullet bill, gets sucked into the green pipe, and through the I guess you could say the nexus of travel, it blows up. This causing everything, essentially the galaxy or the nexus to open up and suck in everything in that general area in the Mushroom Kingdom into Brooklyn. And this is when we get into the final act. Bowser versus Mario. Bowser just wrecking Mario throughout this. Just completely wrecking him. and sends him into his plumbing business shop. And I think Mario passes out slightly. It was kind of hard to tell if he was passed out or if he was just hiding. But he passes out slightly. I'm going to say he passed out slightly. And before Bowser, I think he was about to torch the plumbing business, Peach and DK ends up taking on Bowser. And of course, it's only a distraction. When Mario comes to again, he sees the plumbing ad that he made with his brother, and one of the things they kept replaying was "Save Brooklyn, Save Brooklyn," because that was what they were going to do. They're going to save Brooklyn through their plumbing business. It was very, very cool. Very cool that they put that in. Mario gets up, heads out the store, and essentially challenges Bowser to a final 1v1. And Peach, seizing this opportunity, kicks a green shell towards the superstar, and it knocks the superstar over Mario, towards Mario. So of course Mario, realizing that that's his way to win, heads towards the superstar. Bowser sends a huge flamethrower towards them, and before it hits Mario, his brother Luigi comes in clutch with one of the sewer tops, blocking the blast so that his brother can get the superstar, which is so good. Now, at this moment, this was my favorite moment, because usually in these kinds of movies, it will have, like, for instance, for Sonic, it would have Sonic like get those 7 Chaos Emeralds and become Super Sonic and take on the bad guy by himself. But in the Mario movie, before Mario grabs the superstar, he looks back at his brother, holds out his hand, and they both get the star. Yes, I was so happy to see that. It was so good. I was cheering. It was so good. So needed too. They both become Super Luigi, Super Mario, and you hear in the background the star theme. You hear it. They do a remix version of it, but it's there. And they just start owning everybody. And I don't know if this was a specific reference, but I think it was. I was definitely screaming it. When Mario, so after owning all of the minions, they make their way towards Bowser. And I'm pretty sure that this was it. I'm just gonna say it. I think it was a reference to the famous moment in Smash, the Wombo combo. It wasn't the exact thing, but bruh, they were comboing the hell out of Bowser, bruh. It was a Wombo combo, bruh. It was a Wombo combo. It wasn't the exact thing, like, from that moment, but you can't tell me that wasn't a Wombo combo, what they were doing to this man. And the final hit, Bowser sends one last flamethrower at them, but they're invincible, so it's pointless. They take down Bowser, and then Peach walks up with a mini shroom, gives it to Bowser, and Bowser becomes mini. They lock him they put him inside like a glass bottle, and that essentially wraps it up. Now, one thing I forgot, it's fine. I forgot to mention it's fine. It's best to watch the movie because there's this one character, it was a blue star, bruh. I don't know what this blue star was on, and I don't know who thought this was a great idea, but it was a great idea. I forgot to mention it earlier. I know it's a bit jumbled. I'm not used to doing a review, but I'm just so hyped. It was such a good movie. But throughout the movie, there was this one blue star that was captured in Bowser's castle that had a very childlike voice, but was saying some serious dark things, bro. Like when all of them were about to die because Bowser wanted to have Luigi, everyone that he captured, as like a sacrifice towards their wedding. When they're about to die, the freaking star in a childlike voice says, "Ah, yes, sweet mercy." I'm like, bro, what? Bro, it was so dark and so good. I'm so surprised they even decided to go that way. It was so out of pocket, but it was great. It was because it was so out of pocket and so out there throughout this entire movie. Like it was good. That has to be my favorite. Actually, that's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie was just the blue star, who looks like the Rosalina star. Anyways, to close this review out, because I'm getting jumbled. At the end of it, you see that Mario and Luigi now has a thriving business, and they're still connected to the Mario Kingdom. I won't say what the end credit scene is. That is for you to see if you saw the movie. But I'm going to end my review here. I know it's not the best. I'll definitely do better on my next one. Anyways, if you enjoyed this jumbled mess of a review for the Mario movie, definitely like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Definitely do that. What is your favorite part of this movie? Mine has to be the final battle with Mario Luigi comboing Bowser and the blue star. That it has to be. It was too good. But let me know what's your favorite part of the movie. If you're interested, definitely check out my Twitter at @ForceMore, where I'm uploading my comic book, Hikari, Rise of the Heavenly Demon. The Chapter 1 prelude is just about done. The climax is, I had to say, 5 to 10 pages away from being done. And it's going to be a banger. I hope I pull it off for everyone. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Life gets you down by a little more force. Jana.